Konnichiwa, beautiful internet and creatures of the beyond. Today we shall continue with our beautiful ring. Now, this is gonna be voluminous in work. I'm thinking let's start with the interior of this one. So we shall notice here that this one is darker. We have a little bit of refraction over here, very subtle. And then we have reflections over here. Sorry for the stuttering. It's when I zoom in, it's gonna go insane. Here is barely noticeable up until this part, where we'll have to do some little hacks of our own. I think this is the camera distortion that lost some of the details here. But it's okay. We will manage. So, what I suggest is that we create masks. So let's do that. Probably this is a bit thicker than it is here, but yeah, it's all right. So I'm gonna do a mask. Well, I'm gonna do it afterwards. Let's see first where we need to kind of go. So this one ends around these two leaves. Let's call them leaves. So I'm just gonna do something like so. And this color. Then we get this lighter edge over here, then we go back to a darker edge over here. So on this aspect, oh my god, don't go insane with me. Let's make this larger. Something like so. And now I'm just gonna duplicate this. Let's just make sure that it is the one we're supposed to work on. Okay. I'm gonna create it as our clipping mask. Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Set clip. It did not work. Oh, actually, did it not work? Set clip. Well, that is weird. It should work. Oh, I see. This one already has a clip. Wow. Well, I did not expect that. Then we shall go to plan B. No, that's not what I was going for. Okay, that should work now. So let's try this again. There we go, much better now. So we're going to press it here. Actually, let's undo this. I want you to be in a nice group. And now set it as a clip. And I'm just gonna group it inside here again. It's not necessary, but I just like it grouped. I worked a little bit easier in it. So, okay, we're gonna push this inside like zoo. And we're going to give it, yes, you guessed it, a nice blur. Perfecto. Now there is this little refraction here. Reflection. So it's very subtle. So we're also going to make it very subtle. First, let me get in the group. Ah, I hate you. But not for the reason you think. Oh, come on, get inside the group. There we go. And we want this edge over here. Again. Okay. This one has the blur already applied to it because I applied the blur globally. I think I'm gonna undo this. And we're going to apply the blur individually. Just so we can avoid some small mistakes here and there. And I kind of feel there is a gradient there. Like so. Maybe we can reduce the opacity to 90, or I think 90 would be okay. As I said, I want it to be subtle. This one can be a bit darker though. Okay, and we still have one little detail over here. Again, it's these little details that always make everything so interesting. Something like so. Maybe a little sharper. Yeah, I like it, I like it. Of course, there are some sharpening edge, but since we cannot totally produce that effect, we're just gonna play around, see what we can get. Although I also think that this edge can go just a bit detached like so. Well, that's too much. It's just 1 micrometer. It's so difficult. Just so we can escape that edge, that white line that forms usually. But it's okay. We can work with that. Then let's see, what else do we have here? We have some shining over here. I think I'm going to keep this color to a mute like this. Yeah, there we go. Huh. So this shining goes a little in a little arc. Therefore, we can also create that arc if we are smart about this. So I'm going to do it in the same group. Ah, it never fits in that group. I don't know why. Okay, so this one should be well, we have a small little issue. Okay. And now if we go with the blur, maybe that's too much. Something like so. And I feel like this other one could be... Oh, come on. For some reason I can't click on the... There we go. Okay, something like this. Maybe this one can be just a bit more prominent. Yeah. Okay, we're going in the right direction. And now we have this little piece here that is... Maybe I pushed this one too much. This one is at this leg. Let's call this delimiter over here. So it is sharp. And sharp we shall do it as well. So it's sort of like this. Good. So I have to put it in our group. And I have to... Well, that's too much. Okay, let's fix some of these inclinations. Maybe let's go with a 17. Still feels a little longer to me. And I think My issue is that I don't make it look... This is an interesting one. I think it's more like so, like pen heads. Yeah, although a bit too strong for my liking. Let's go with a 17 and with a 90%. That's not too bad. This is a little too thick, but well, what can we do? Actually, there is something we can do. I don't know why I'm complaining. We can just simply make it thinner. Almost. Almost. And this inclination I don't like. Okay, I suppose this one is the problem over here. Let's see. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Now I made it too long. Let's extrapolate some of the length here, like zoo. I think we can survive with that. Maybe just push this. Okay, I'm not gonna fiddle it to the end of times. Now, here is where we lose most of the details because of the camera angle. I suppose there was a bit of darkness here and some glimmer over here and here, but we can make that happen. So what we shall do is mimic a bit of shadow over here. Not too much. Let's take this color. Okay. We're gonna put it in our beautiful little thing here. I start to notice there is this problem here as well. We need to push this 1 micrometer. Like so. And with this one, we need the blur to apply. And maybe I'll leave it at a 90, let's see. Yeah, that looks more natural. Maybe it's too much. It's too long. I'm gonna push this baby inside a bit. Okay. Now, just from reconstructing some of the elements here, we have... I think there is some sort of a shadow here. And there is a glimmer here and a glimmer here, but very, very subtle. So this glimmer is where this begins, this is where this intersection happens. So we have to do one here and one here. So let's just do that. I'm gonna push like so, and like so. And let's make this to this color. Of course, blurriness, maybe that's too much. I need to push this one a bit. Hey, hey, hey. Something like that. Maybe they're too strong, so I'm just gonna push them just a tiny bit more. And for that piece of resistance, we shall add a little shadow over here. Not too much, just enough. I'm gonna use, well, maybe a little less intrusive one. And of course, blurriness. Maybe push this one a bit more. And maybe even reduce the opacity a bit more. Let's see. Still too strong. I'm gonna reduce this around here. Yeah. So let's look at this. So the glimmer is very subtle. Well, actually, it's very dark. And it's actually much, much more subtle. So I'm gonna go with a very dark theme. I'm gonna reduce this opacity even more, but also reduce this. I'm almost there. Maybe it needs more geometry so we can control it better. Okay. Yeah. Almost. I know you guys are like, oh my god, when he's gonna stop? These little details are driving us insane, but insanity is the way to make beautiful art. Okay, I'm gonna leave it as it is, I don't care. Okay, and the last element is this one. And this one can be easily arranged. Well, I kind of stopped here, so this one kind of pushes. Well, interesting. For us, it stops here. Is it enough to create that geometry? Or maybe I need to push it a bit more like this and push this one a bit more. Let's see what happens. So I was saying that it needs to be something like this. And let's move it inside our path. Yeah, I was afraid of this. Well, there is actually, well, let's see, let's try to push it more then. And let's get this dark color. Not particularly happy about the result, but I'll take it. It's okay. Could be done to be pushed just a little more. Maybe I'm gonna push this. Okay, that I think that fixes everything. I'm gonna leave it as it is. So we have created our inner edge. For some reason I feel like this one is too much. Maybe a 90 with yeah, that gives it a bit more nuance. Okay, we can live with that. Now, let's look at the outer ring. This one is gonna be tough from lots of perspectives. I believe that the best approach to this would be to create a gradient. Ha ha ha. The gradient is not doing what I thought it would. But if we go zero opacity over here. I'm sorry. I've selected the wrong one. My mistake. My mistake. I wanted to select you. Oh gosh, this is difficult. Okay, there we go. This gradient is going to murder me. No. Oh gosh. Good luck catching that color. So, okay. I kind of needed to end around this part. So I shall push it something like so. No. Something like so. We can deal with this little piece. Well, there is still, the camera is still messing up the details here, but actually we could do something interesting. We could try this. I think that makes everybody happy. Well, still need to push it a bit more around here. Okay, that should look okay. We can still add more details as we go with our mask. I think that kind of satisfies every little detail we wanted to add. Maybe oh, this is difficult to select. Oh, and that is made with a clipping mask. Interesting. I made so many clipping masks in there. Okay, let's analyze our subject. So we have a little bit of glimmer over here. Okay. We have a lot of darkness over here. And then we're back to normal or something along those lines. So the shining happens in two positions. Over here, there is a very continuous shining. Then we have a normal part. Then we have an intense here. Oof, complicated. Let me save. Hey there, Marcos. Sorry, I was just so concentrated on my work. Did not even notice the chat. Yeah. Let's see. We shall have to I think duplicate this and I'm gonna release this clipping mask and I'm going to simply combine it like so. So I can create look. Wait. I think I blocked the image. This is without the image. Well, right now I put this render over here, so let me just put it like this. There we go. This is what we worked so far. This is the image. Okay, let me block it. And so I can continue working on what we are doing. I still have to fix the shadows here and there. But we're getting to what we want. Now, I was saying that I want to... Damn it. This is gonna be our mask. So I'm gonna use it as a mask. And let me reduce the opacity for a moment. We need to continue with this line. So this line is gonna be a bit tricky to do. It's gonna need a bit of exercise here. Not too long. And not too shallow. So something like so. It's gonna be a very light yellow. And I'm gonna group this. I'm gonna put this one on top. Why do I have a blur on it? Lol. Okay, so this one with this one, and let's set clip. Good. Good, 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 good. Now let's get back to this. This one needs to be something like so. And on this one, I do need a blur. Maybe that's too strong. Let's do it softer. Let's go with a 10%. Good. Now, as well as we had the problem before, where is it? I'm gonna group this. And we need to push this a micrometer. Okay, okay, okay. I think we can push it from this angle. Ah. Is it working? I hope it's working. I think I need to push from this side as well. Weirdly enough, it's difficult to say. I'm just trying to remove the edges that are intervening with what we do here, but sometimes you'll have to just create some extra geometry to fix everything. It's not easy. And this happens regardless of what software you're using, so there's that. I'm gonna try to make this just a tiny bit so. And let's push this to maybe a 13. Yeah, I think we can get away with 13. For some reason I feel like it's even brighter, like maybe a 90? No, maybe an 88. Yeah, that looks okay to me. Maybe this one can be corrected a bit more. It's kind of straight, but there is this little angle that I kind of want to keep. Maybe it was better like this. I'm gonna keep it like that, how I originally intended it. Good. Now we have a subtle edge and then we have another. So this one goes 3/4 to this. So I'm gonna go like so. No, that's too much. I'm gonna go so 3/4. And this one will go underneath. I'm gonna put this to a 13 and we're going to go to it. Hey, why are you not reacting? Yeah, 14 is too much. Let's go with a 10. Okay. And the last part, we need... Actually, I could just duplicate this. And we just move it from here. Oh, angle it. to here. I also need to make it smaller. And in this particular case, it needs to have less opacity. So I'm gonna go 50%. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. That works great. Now we have to simulate this part. This part is going towards a dark brownish color. So it's still in an angle, in an arch, sorry. So it's gonna be something like so. It ends like at 75% or 60% here. Something like, a little bit more, something like so. So, first of all, this is gonna be this color. Full opacity, we're gonna go with a gradient in my opinion. And let's go with something that fits more towards this color. And we're gonna push it in our beautiful little thing. Hey, hey. Oh, come on, get inside. Oh, I think I selected the wrong gradient. The wrong group, I mean, sorry. Just a second. Okay, I see what the problem is. I was correct the first time. I just need to push this one layer underneath. Oh, come on. No, it's not working. And this one needs to be on top of everything. Perfect. Now we're going to put a bit more emphasis on this. Maybe well, depends. There are many ways to blend in colors. I personally like to select, like in this particular case, I'm using this mask, this clipping mask, and then I created a group inside with all of these little parts. And each part is an individual component that creates the shading. And then I kind of have to match it with what I have here. You could try one total gradient to get those effects that you wish, but the problem with the gradient itself is that it's not going to create these curves that we're doing here, you know? Like as you see this arch, it's gonna be very linear. You can kind of simulate that with the radial gradient, but it's a pain. So I feel like this is for me at least, it's the easiest approach. Of course, you can always add more geometry and reach the desired effect, but when you zoom out and you look at it, it does give you the taste that you're looking for. For example, I'm just gonna give you one idea here. How, if you're gonna create one gradient, you see that you have to do steps. First step would be to have this color on the top. Then the second step would have to have this color. Then the third step would have to have this color. But then you see there is a clear separation here. So this is why I opted to go, well, this one should have been a little bit of a continuation here, but never mind. We can survive with that. So here you would have kind of had to create two individual edges and work on one and the other to kind of blend in. Then the next step, you would have had to fall in here with this exact color, which we did. If we look here, we have kind of like a matching color here. And then the next step would have been to get this lighter color towards the bottom, which I opted to go with the normal gradient for this one. And just create like the standard color and overlay everything else. But of course, there are many methods to achieve this. I personally find this much more faster to plot the design, but whoever has the patience. Okay, this is gonna be horror. Uh, because this is like Chrome already. So we have, it's difficult to see because of the camera distortion here, where the edge kind of blends in with this one. So we have one mark over here. Then we have something that goes over here. So I think this should be the base color. Then we have a dark element over here. Then we have a bit of shining on this spot. And if we're gonna keep this as the base color, this is gonna pop up here, then our shining is still going to pop up over here, but then, well, the camera really messes things up here. This one is gonna be dark, so we can keep this color dark as the base for the edge on for the wall on the right. But then we have to take into account this shimmering over here, and then this line. And this is the tricky part. This element of darkness over here has to be on this spot and on this spot. So it's on the floor and on the wall. One way we could approach this would be to create an element that goes on top of both of them. But then I'm thinking if we go with the blur, then this will not stay on top. So this would have to be a separate element on its own. So yeah, this is gonna be tricky here. I also noticed there is a bit of shimmering over here, but let's see, in the big scale of things, it's unnoticeable, so it's not helping us. Okay, so let's start with the base color. Which is gonna be this. Ah, damn it, I selected the wrong thing. As usual. Okay, so we have the base color, that's really nice. Now, the wall, which should technically be much thicker. We'll have to look at that. This is gonna be our base color. Let's see. I think this color. Okay, so let's make a bit of a correction over here. Well, to be honest, this one gets lost around here. So somewhere at the first leaf. If we're going like this, we can push this like so. And that means I also need to push this more. Not much. Come on. Oops. Okay, I can do with that. The reason I'm trying to get the proportions right is that, and actually I'm thinking I'm getting them wrong here. This wall is a bit thick here and it has a little of an overedge over here. Yeah. But in my opinion, it depends. Um, so for example, let's take this group. If you click Control, yes, you don't have to double click. But you can also select an object with just the node element, the node selector, edit by paths. So you can also select like this and like this. It's the same thing, but depends. Um, but unfortunately, if you don't double click in a group, when you're going to try to create that another element inside the group, it's gonna create it outside. So it's a little weird quirk there with the double click in the group. So if you want to add more elements to the group, you have to double click it. If you just want to select an element, but usually I tend to use this because, you know, if you have so many things overlap, it kind of gives you an idea of what you're selecting. So yeah, that's a really neat tip for everybody that loves Inkscape with control and click. So thank you for sharing. Okay, I think I need to push this floor element just a bit more to leave some room. And I also need to lower it here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, if something is easy in Inkscape, it's definitely going to make your life harder with something else. I always find a little element that that messes up with you. Okay, I think we can start working with this. Maybe here just a bit more. These fine tunes are it's like clockwork. You have to have very tactile feelings for it. Okay, so we're going to start with this color. And this color is going to be covered by this element. So first things first, let's duplicate this. We're going to make it as a mask. And this one starts around here. This one is gonna be this color. And we're gonna put this on top. Select this, set oh no, not set clip. Wait. First let's create it as a group. Now set clip. Um, And now we have to set it like so. Nice. And let's give it a little bit of a blur. And now we said that we want to come with this dark element over here. So in order to do that, I'm gonna create sort of like so. Let's go with this darkish thing. Put it in the group. Ah, but which one was the group? That is the good question. My group is very, very far away. Okay, there we go. And we have our first element. I think I still need to open up this color a bit more. A bit more. There we go. And this one a bit less. Perfecto. This color though, so here we have to find a way to create this bloom effect. And then there is something interesting happening over here. And I'm kind of trying to determine with zoom if it's on top of everything. And it kind of looks, there is a tiny, tiny little shimmer. We shall see how we can do that. Because right now all the colors are quite strong. So let's push, I think I'm gonna push this edge just a bit more high up. And let's do the same to this one. And I still feel like this one could benefit. I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so where were we? This one starts from over here and ends around over here. So from here to here. So let's do this blob. Wait, first. Let's go into our group. And this one should be something like so. It's gonna be dark, like a heart attack. Blurred as hell. Maybe a 40. Yeah, 40 looks okay-ish. But I still feel like this angle here should be a little sharper. There we go. Actually, I'm wrong. And I'll tell you why I'm wrong. The moment I can select this. Oh god. This is a nightmare. Selecting things here. Okay, come on, path. Okay. Um, this one, and I'm telling you why I'm wrong in a moment. I just need to fix this. This one will be covered by this element over here. That's very shiny. And then we're going back to the darkness again. So if we're going back to the darkness, let's see where the darkness starts. The darkness starts at this corner. So it should be this way. So I'm just gonna duplicate this. Well, snap. Okay, let's try to kind of move it here. I don't like when this happens. How am I supposed to turn it? Oh gosh. I'll just push it a little like this. Okay. And now we have to come with this element. So we should create this element inside. Good luck clicking that. Okay, there we go. So it should be something like so. So here we're going to simulate this arch. Damn it. Well, I'll fix it afterwards. And this one shall be a very bright color like this. And we need to fix this. This isn't inside. Okay, so that fixes this to some extent. Let's see how it looks. Weirdly enough, it's already having a blur, so let's remove part of that blur. And I feel like this could have a bit of extra geometry over here. Like so. And we sharpen the tip. Of course, this one has to be higher. Yeah. Although the tip is still pointing a bit too high for my taste, I'm gonna push it a bit lower. Maybe even push it more inside, like so. Because this tip... Oh no, it's at the edge. But it's okay. I'm gonna leave it like so. Let's see. Much better. Much better. Let's see if I got it right. So it starts here, it kind of ends over here. Yeah. Could be better, could be worse. Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm kind of old school. And I love to click the buttons. I don't know. I may be a little bit masochistic because I don't usually I sometimes use the shortcuts, but most of the time I'm just like I have to click it. It makes me feel empowered when I click the arrow or I'm not clicking the arrow. But then again, what can you do? We all have our quirks. I still feel like this one should have a gradient here. Perfect. Now let's focus a little bit on this edge, because this one, this one has a lot to talk about. So first things first, we have a little bit of a glimmer over here. Yeah, once you click those buttons, you never go back. Okay, so let's think. How shall I approach this? I intentionally left this wall a bit thicker so we can kind of focus on this part and this part. So there's actually two parts of the wall. The upper part where this is a chamfer and the lower part. And although this kind of gets discolored over here, I'm gonna leave it as it is. So first things first. I'm gonna get this glimmer because that's an important part. So we should do a mask. Did I manage to select it? Wow! We're making progress. So this glimmer starts around here. So it's bam, bam. So something like so. Not too strong. And not too small. Okay, that's gonna do it for now. Let's put it to be white for now, just as an idea. Let's give our nice opacity over here. This is gonna be a group. This is gonna be on top. And let's set the clip. And this one has to be underneath this. Good. This one has to have this color. And it's gonna be blurred and it's gonna be very subtle, even more blurred. There we go. And now let's focus on the top. The top is very, 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 very peculiar because there is a strip of darkness that goes on this. So let's add this here. Oh, come on. So this strip of darkness starts from the beginning of this and ends somewhere over here. So we should do something like so. And go full opacity dark. And we're gonna go the blur of 20. Maybe a little darkish. Okay. Okay. So we can keep that over there as it is. And now we have to come with our lines. So there is this line that keeps its consistency. Technically, it's exactly as we did it here. Actually, yeah, it is exactly as we did it there. It's one shimmer here and the second over here, and this is a constant. So if we're going to create this constant, let's create the constant first. And I think I'm gonna just try to mingle it a bit better. This constant ends 3/4. So kind of like in this position. Like so. I don't know, we shall see, we can correct it. Why is it blurred? Oh, okay, I have a little problem here. Okay, I messed up a bit, so let's go with the blur and a little bit more. Okay, so we fixed that. We fixed this. Now let's fix this part. This one is too strong, so this one should be maybe a 7 for now. And I said this is gonna be a constant. So let's make it a constant. Good. That looks good. I might want to just push it a bit more. Like so. Okay, so we have our constant, and now we have to create the first glimmer over here, which is a bit stronger than it is here. And this is the most shining part of the element. Even this one, but this one is a little bit in the background. This is in the foreground. Well, we'll do what we can. So this one needs to be sort of like this. So as much as we did it over here, so we're gonna go with full white. Maybe a 13, let's see. And let's see if it looks okay from space. Maybe a little longer. Ah, don't tell me you stopped working with the spies. Yeah, it should be a little longer. Yeah, I like that. I like that. It's coming along really nice. This one is much more subtle. This one is more proeminent. Good. Good, good, good. And then we simply have to save, duplicate this. Ah, what did I do? Okay, so now I need to... Why is it in... Oh my gosh. Yeah, seems I can't select it properly, so I'm just gonna move it with this. So this one should be around here. I'm gonna click. Oops. Oh my gosh. Cooperate. Darling Inkscape. And we're going to reduce to 50%. Maybe that is too much. Let's go with 70. Or maybe even an 80. Yeah, an 80 feels much more natural. I constantly save. It's like I do an action, Control S, Control S, Control S. So basically here it's a copy paste to what we did over here. But of that part we should be a little careful because there are some pretty conspicuous changes over here. This one is a lot shorter than this one, especially because of the angle. So we can kind of see similarities. So in this respect, we need to also fix two things here. I need to make, oh my god, I need to make this one a lot smaller to leave enough space up there. Then I need to push this one more inside because we lose it somewhere here even faster than we did it here. Um, Maybe a little more. My special measurement tool, the little bit. And then we push this more inside. Let's see. This one finishes around this part. Oh, ho, ho. So I'm gonna push this a bit more. Perfecto. Although this, interestingly enough, and here I also made a small mistake, but we can fix it afterwards. This color goes towards this, and this one contains this color over here. But it's not something that we cannot fix along the path. Maybe push this one just a tiny bit. Good. Good, 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 good. So we're going to select this and make this the base. Oh, no, not that one. Oh, gosh. There's so many things happening. Did I select it? No. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we did. So this is gonna be our base color. Okay. And for this other one, we're going to select the same base color as we did before. Okay, so now we need more space here. So we're gonna push this more. And lower this. I think that's enough. That's enough space. Okay, so first things first, we're going to... Is this the one? No. We're going to... Man, that's a pretty big... Well, okay, whatever. We're gonna make this as the mask. Let's reduce the opacity over here. And this one has to have this as well. So I'm actually thinking of... This is a little wild idea, but let's see if it works. If I can find it, of course. I'm thinking of... but I can't duplicate. Maybe duplicate the group. And move it outside of the clipping mask. And now let's just try to move it to the right. See if we can... Let's kind of try to... it's not working as intended, but we have our elements over there in our spot. So I want to make this group with this. Let's see if it works. So I'm gonna select this, gonna make the opacity full. And let's set the clip. Good. Good, 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 good. Now everything inside here, we're gonna group it again. And now let's kind of place things in their spots. We will have to rotate some things. Oh, this is so annoying. Why are you getting out of the thing? Stay inside. So, something like this. Then we're going to push this inside here. That one looks okay. We lost some things along the way. This one needs to be taken and placed somewhere here. Maybe one more. And this one, we can move it to the left. Ah, still needs to... Weird. Why is it cutting over there? Ah, I get it. Okay. Okay. We can survive with this. Now all we have to do is just push it underneath the correct layer. If it's gonna cooperate, of course. We need to push more. And voila. This one needs to be... oops, I forgot about the other one. Okay, this one needs to be something like so. Needs to be higher though. And this one also needs to be a bit like this. And it needs a gradient. There we go. Now let's fix the other two. So first problem. This one is too low. Okay. So we need to push it higher. Like zoo. And then we need to pick this other one. No, which one is it? This one? This one. And we need to push it higher like zoo. And I think that's about it. That looks okay. The only thing we still have to do right now is create this edge. And I feel like this edge is cheating a bit here. Yeah, I love to spend time on these smaller details. They add so many, because the more you try to reproduce something, the more it gets into your memory muscle. And then when you're producing new ideas, you can kind of select uh, these techniques of shadow and highlights and apply them there, because it kind of feels natural. You don't even have to think. your portfolio will be in your subconscious. So it will feel natural, it will feel normal to you to say, oh, this has to have this shadow, this has to have this thing. Of course, you still need references to get an idea of what has to be reflected and how the light is angled, and there are many little quirks that you have to keep in mind. But once you master that, you can do amazing art. So last thing we have to do is just create this line. I'm gonna have to. I was thinking of duplicating this, but it's not sane. So we're just going to follow the other rule we did earlier. I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna create it as a beautiful mask. And let's lower the opacity for now. And let's see. First things first, I'm going to create this edge. So this is gonna have to be a constant. So we're going from this, maybe even lower, going like so. Then like so. And then like so. Okay, let's make this white for now. Let me push this a bit more. And this a bit lower. And I think that should do it. Also, I forgot to add that shadow over here, but we'll do it in a moment. And this one is gonna be the constant color of this. Let's put it on full opacity. Let's get this full opacity as well. Bam, group, bam, set clip. And then, where did I place you? Hey, why didn't it work as I expected it to work? Group. Oh. Okay, why isn't it working? It's not creating the group that I'm expecting to create. Interesting. Then let me just add one more element here, just to add it in the group. Oh, I see. I'm silly. Seems I'm getting tired and my brain stopped functioning at this hour. Now let's set clip. The eye of the tiger. Don't worry, everybody gets the eye eventually. Either it's an artistic eye or a black eye, but nevertheless you're gonna get an eye. And this one has a shimmer as well, damn it. So I need to add this shimmer like so. Okay. And now this with this group. Let's see where we need to place this. Oops. I suppose this is correct. So this one has the thing. Oh, oh. Sorry. I meant this one. And this one has a 5. Okay. I did it a bit thicker than the other ones, but it's okay. I think this one needs a gradient. Yeah. Trying to get the gradient on this is gonna be a pain. It's because the other thing is on top. Damn it. Let's go with this one. Actually, no. Let's go with X-ray. So it should be this line. Where are you, line? The line that I cannot select. It's always something that overlaps at the end, and it's so annoying. Okay, let's try plan B. Okay, this is the line. And now we should try the gradient, which of course I cannot get right. So it should be sort of like this gradient with this. And I need to push it. Oh, I don't know why I placed. Oh my god. Yeah. The hell did I place these two things here? Oh, I suppose it takes the... the gradient from something close by. Okay, we can work with this. And this one needs a micromillimeter moved to the left. And a bit here. Not too much and not too little. Well, maybe I did it too much. Okay. A spaghetti thing. Yes, I know. Now I'm gonna cry. How am I supposed to get to the right one? Well, okay, let's do our little thing here. It might come on top, but we'll fix it. We will fix it. Have no fear. And first, let me see. Let me name this. This third ring. Because I have to bring this path to the third ring. Come on. There we go. Beautiful. Now, let's position it correctly. Let's give it a bit of a blur. Maybe even a 13. Bingo. And now all we have to do is duplicate this. Move it somewhere here. Make it a bit smaller. And put it on 50%. And voila. Whew, this was a very difficult one. Oh, how time flies. And now we just have to add one more thing. First of all, let's disable our image from behind because we're done with it. And then here, this one needs to be, it's more opacity. This one also needs more opacity. Maybe even less. And maybe push this a bit more. Oops. There we go. And oh, I noticed I pushed that way too high. And a little bit like so. Maybe even more. And the same here. Still feel like this one should be pushed more. And this one I need to reduce. Yeah, it's there. It is there somewhere. Maybe this one needs... I know the shadow is smaller here, but I'm kind of trying to give it a more ample look. Okay. No, maybe this one. A little more. Okay. And we still have to add one extra thing. Like on the top, I'm happy with how it looks. I don't want to add any more highlights or shadows there, because I feel it's very clear, it's very sharp. But on the bottom, we definitely need a shadow here. So how should I approach this? I think the best approach... This one needs a fix. Hey, hey, hey. Don't go crazy on me. Don't go loco. Choco loco. Oh gosh, I selected the wrong one. Well, it's a little bit accentuated. Maybe I should have left it like so, to just kind of lose that part, but it's okay. It's a small mistake, it's not gonna be noticeable. But now I need so. I need this, I need this, and I need this. So I'm gonna duplicate them. I'm gonna combine them. I'm gonna make them as a clipping mask. I'm gonna create, wait, let me do just a thing. I'm gonna kind of create something like so. This is gonna be black. even less. The angle is too strong. Should be something very subtle. Like so. And this one is gonna be on top. Let's go full. This one is gonna be actually, let's duplicate this as well. Cut this. And now this with this, let's set a clip. And now let's play with the angles. And go with a blur. As I said, very subtle thing. Maybe it's even too strong. Lower it. Something like so. There we go. Very subtle thing. And I believe that's it. Let's group everything. Let's align it. And I don't think we need this anymore. And voila! You guys are awesome. Super proud of you that you followed this. A piece of insanity. Well, one more thing that I can do. I usually like to do this. Let's see where it is. This one. This one is not necessary to do, but I think it adds a bit more of a contrast. If we just do it like so. Control Shift F. What the hell did I do? I don't know. So let's try. Oh, that's too much. Something like so. And now if we put it in the back, there we go. We have a wider angle to focus our element. Sort of a vignette system, but you get the idea. Well, I'm done. I'm gonna upload this onto the G drive after I put this on YouTube and blah blah blah, you know the spiel. 2 hours! And I thought it's like, oh, we have just a few rings, it's gonna take 10 minutes. Yeah. 2 hours later. Awesome. See you guys next time. Stay awesome. See ya. Bye.